When I was somewhere around 40, I was working on the booms at Crofton, and I broke my back. My whole working life had been physical. I played tennis every day, and racquetball, and squash, and hockey when I was younger, and just physical activity was everything for me. But I love to create things. I love to build things and make things and fix things, work with my hands. And somebody said, well, you don't just sit around, you've got to do something. Why don't you try art? A friend of a friend who was doing watercolors, I went over to visit him a couple of times, and I was just so intrigued. Initially, I just glommed onto the medium, and that's how I ended up doing it. And it connected with me, and I connected with it. 179 is a nice, distant brown. A few years ago, I decided that I would try Polychromos pencils, colored pencils, oil-based pencil. They're not a colored pencil like kids at school have. Those are wax-based pencils. You see, that's even darker. With an oil-based pencil, you can put a glaze of color down on your paper, and then you can take a different color and you can put a glaze on top of it, just like you can with watercolors. There's some lovely white little shells, see that? And I like that so much. I'm gonna just put a few more seashells in here. The medium intrigued me, so I've been concentrating for the last 2 years of painting using Polychromos pencils and unison pastels. It needs to have the slightest suggestion of a reflection in the eyeball itself. There. When I took up watercolors, I thought, well, I'm not going to try to develop my own style per se, but somebody gave me some advice back then. The way to find your style is not to look for it. Don't look for it and don't think about it. It'll be there. It can't help but be there. If you let it be there, it's going to come out in everything you paint. One of the things that people most often say about my art is that it's light. It has a lightness to it. That lightness, I think it comes from being honest. It comes from accepting oneself, warts and all. I think that's where everybody's lightness is. I am 76, and I've lost many people that I've loved. And I've lost 3 really good friends, Ron and Michael and Rick. And I knew those men for many, many, many years. And what made me love them so much was because they had a lightness about them. They were honest, and they were generous and kind, and a few years ago, I realized that what I was doing as far as art was filling me up. It was making me excited to get up in the morning, and it gives me something to think about and to look forward to. And I think that as a person gets older, there's some people that tend to wind down. It's sort of a natural decline, and it's part of life. West Coast Trail. Have you done the West Coast?
Yes, but not for many years, but yeah.
I've realized that I can make something that's beautiful. For me, that makes getting up worthwhile. as other things are sort of pouring, the containers emptying out, creating art is filling me up. That's sort of what people expect of old people. They expect them to slow down and literally and figuratively kind of slow their mental capacity down and their physical capacities down, and just sort of they're winding down. That's not for me. I like looking forward to every day, and I don't feel old. I don't feel 76.